Good evening. I, Vishwarupa Rath, welcome you all to the digital media platform of Uday India. Here are today's main highlights. Following bilateral and delegation level discussions, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today opened Unit 1 of the MET 3 super thermal power project in Delhi. Under the terms of India's concessional finance program, the project is being built. The national grid of Bangladesh will get 1,320 MW as a result. The discussion agenda included topics such as connectivity, energy, water resources, trade and investment, border management, security, development partnerships, and regional and multilateral issues. Following the negotiations, 7 agreements were exchanged, including ones on water resources, railroads, science and technology, space technology. Included in this is an MOU on broadcasting collaboration between Prasar Bharati and Bangladesh Television. Beginning tomorrow, Rajnath Singh, the Minister of Defense, and Dr. S. Jaishankar, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, will make an official trip to Japan for the second India Japan 2 plus 2 ministerial meeting. The ministers will also meet with their colleagues for a strategic dialogue on defense and foreign policy during the course of the 4-day tour. Democracy, freedom, and respect for the rule of law are shared principles that serve as the foundation of the India Japan Special Strategic and Global Partnership. The two parties will further discuss potential new initiatives to expand their alliance during the visit. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today said India Australia relationship has shifted gears and moved into a higher orbit. Addressing the Australia India Leadership Dialogue 2022 virtually, the minister said stronger leadership and more open exchanges have brought out the mutual benefits of closer cooperation and coordination. He emphasized that greater political confidence and stronger defense cooperation have also contributed to the participation of Australia in the He said Australia has been an early and vigorous supporter of India's Indo Pacific Ocean Initiative. He said much of the growing convergence has been driven by concerns about the region's stability, prosperity, and security. Dr. Jaishankar highlighted that Australia is a major education destination for Indian students and Indian community is a source of strength for both societies. Now let's turn to Bangalore rains. As several parts of Bangalore remained waterlogged Tuesday, Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai blamed the situation on unprecedented rains. Karnataka, especially Bangalore, has not received unprecedented heavy rain for the last 90 years. Such rain has not been recorded. All the tanks are full and are overflowing. Some of them have breached, and there have been continuous rains every day. It is raining, Bamai said. He added that only certain parts of Bengaluru are facing issues. Meanwhile, a 22-year-old woman died in Bengaluru's Whitefield area Monday after the two-wheeler she was traveling in fell on the waterlogged road, resulting in electrocution. The incident occurred on Monday night when Akhila was returning home after work on her scooter. Police said that she lost her balance on a rain inundated road near the Mahira bakery and fell down. The city's civic body, Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagra Palike, has 24/7 helpline and WhatsApp helpline, along with the zonal helpline numbers. The toll free number 1533 is also reportedly acting as the rain helpline. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai said that the Karnataka government has taken a decision to release rupees 600 crore for the management of floods in Bengaluru and other districts. the School of Excellence and Model School scheme, which is mostly modeled on schools in Delhi with updated infrastructure and improved learning opportunities, was introduced by Tamil Nadu government. Today, in the presence of M.K. Stalin, his counterpart from Tamil Nadu. Kejriwal urged cooperation between the center and states to help the school education sector by saying that states should share best practices that transcend party politics. Mr. Kejriwal claimed that if state and federal governments work together, all government schools in the nation could offer pupils the best education in 5 years. The state run Bharati Women's College in Chennai hosted a ceremony where the Delhi Chief Minister launched the program. Raids were carried out by the Enforcement Directorate in relation to the Delhi excise policy case. According to the sources, searches were done in Lucknow, Chandigarh, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and other locations in addition to the Delhi NCR. Of the ED case. Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, is one of the 15 defendants included in the CBI first instance report. The FIR was filed because there were suspected violations of the new liquor policy guidelines and procedural errors. The Aam Aadmi Party government has come under fire from the BJP for suspected inconsistencies in the implementations of the scheme. Following the formation of a non BJP government in the 2024 parliament election, Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao announced on Monday that TRS would enter national politics under the slogan BJP Mukt Bharat, taking inspiration from the separate statehood movement and promising free power to farmers all over the nation. Rao promised that the TRS would enter national politics to transform India by bringing the Langana model of prosperity and development to the rest of the nation. And quote, "It is my declaration that TRS would enter national politics to serve the interests of the people of Nizamabad, a prosperous city. To force the BJP out of power, we will shortly commence a national electoral campaign, starting with Nizamabad," said he. PM in waiting meets another PM in waiting. That is, Nitish meets Rahul after he left NDA. The first task on Nitish Kumar's somewhat lengthy to-do list for his mission opposition in Delhi was completed Monday night when he met with Rahul Gandhi of the Congress at his Road mansion. According to sources, the conversation At the conclusion, Mr. Kumar once more told reporters that he had no aspiration to hold the position of power. Regional parties are being actively undermined. I'm making an attempt to bring the position together before the general election. I won't put myself forward as a candidate for Prime Minister, Mr. Kumar told journalists. BJP politician Manjinder Singh Sirsa has reported fact checker and co founder of the alt news website Mohammad Zubair to the police, alleging that he used his tweet to promote hate against cricketer Arshdeep Singh and the Sikh community. After dropping a catch during India's 5 wicket loss to arch-rival Pakistan in the Super 4 match of Asia Cup in Dubai, the player became the target of severe criticism on social media. In his complaint, Mr. Sirsa mentioned a tweet by Mr. Zubair in which the latter had shared copies of tweets directed at Mr. Singh that had been made on several handles. The BJP leader asserted that majority of these tweets come from Pakistani accounts and stated that Mr. Zubair acted at the behest of anti-national elements. Now let's have a look at global news. After defeating Rishi Sunak in the race for conservative leadership, Liz Truss took the oath as the country's new prime minister on Tuesday. After Theresa May and Margaret Thatcher left Liz Truss will serve as the third female Prime Minister of United Kingdom. But there won't be any white men in the top cabinet position. With 81,326 votes versus Rishi Sunak's 60,399 among party members, Liz Truss won the election. Liz Truss, the head of the Conservative Party and the country's foreign minister, was chosen as the country's new prime minister on Monday. By Tuesday night, it is anticipated that the major ministerial portfolio announcements will begin to flood in. For the first time in Britain's history, there will not be a white man in one of the four great offices of the state. In an explosion outside nation's embassy in Kabul, two Russian diplomats and several Afghan citizens were killed. According to Russian foreign ministry, two members of the diplomatic mission were killed and Afghan citizens were also hurt. According to the earlier reports from the Afghan police, a suicide bomber set off explosives close to the door of the Russian embassy on Darul Mun Road in Kabul. Armed guards opened fire on the attacker as he neared the gate. According to Afghanistan's deputy spokesperson Bilal Karimi, the incident is being looked into by the Taliban government. After the Taliban overran the nation more than a year ago, Russia is one of the few nations to still have an embassy there. For the first time, the Israeli army acknowledged on Monday that one of its soldiers had probably shot Palestinian American journalist Shireen Abu Akleh after mistaking her for a militant. According to the Army's final report on its inquiry into Miss Abu Akleh's death on May 11, there is a high likelihood that Miss Abu Akleh was inadvertently wounded by IDF gunfire that was fired targeting suspects identified as armed terrorists. After claiming for months that it was impossible to verify the source of the fatal shot that killed the renowned Al Jazeera journalist in the occupied West Bank and that it may have been insurgent fire, the army has officially acknowledged the incident. Preeti Patel has made the decision to leave her position as UK Home Secretary and has decided not to join newly elected Prime Minister Liz Truss' cabinet. It is my choice to continue my public service to the country, the Witham constituency, from the backbenches once Liz Truss formally assumes office and a new Home Secretary is selected, Ms. Patel stated in a letter to departing UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. She expressed her congratulations to Liz Truss on being chosen as the nation's new leader and pledged to support her in her role as Prime Minister. I will support many of the programs and issues I have advocated for within and outside of the government from the backbenches, she continued. Intense tremors in a distant area damaged homes and caused power outrages in some areas as a result of severe earthquake that slammed southern China on Monday. According to the official media, at least 46 people were confirmed dead. According to the US Geological Survey, the magnitude 6.6 earthquake struck at a depth of 10 kilometers around 43 kilometers southeast of the city of Kangping in Sichuan province, provincial capital of Chengdu, where millions of people are confined to their homes under a severe COVID lockdown, reported feeling tremors shake buildings. In a significant move, Bharat Biotech's nasal vaccine against COVID 19 has been cleared for use. A nasal vaccine against COVID 19 developed by Bharat Biotech has been approved by Drug Controller for restricted use among adults in emergency situation, said Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia. And quote, India has harnessed its science, research and development and human resources under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, and quote, the minister said. In February, in what was the country's first such anti COVID drug, Mumbai based Glenmark launched a nasal spray branded Fabi Spray in partnership with Sanotize for treatment of adult patients. The company got manufacturing and marketing approval from the Drug Controller General of India for its nitric oxide nasal spray as part of an accelerated approval process. Phase 3 trial in India met the key endpoints and demonstrated reduction of viral load of 94% in 24 hours and 99% in 48 hours, the official statement said. Finally, coming to sports news. Cricketer Suresh Raina has announced his retirement from all the formats of cricket. In a tweet today, Raina said, "It has been an absolute honor to represent the country and Uttar Pradesh." He thanked BCCI and his fans for their support and unwavering faith in his abilities. Suresh Raina represented India in 18 tests, 226 ODIs, and 78 T20s in an international career spanning 13 years. Raina scored 5,615 runs in 226 ODIs and 1,604 runs from 78 T20s for India. He was a part of the 2011 World Cup winning team. Raina was also the backbone of Chennai Super Kings in IPL. In IPL, he played 205 matches and scored 5,528 runs. This was it for today. Stay tuned for latest updates and do not forget to subscribe, like, and share.